All right, so you know how everyone loves a good zombie apocalypse story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a classic.
We're going to take that and add like a little twist.
Ooh, okay. I like twists.
What if 5, like, total geniuses
Mhm.
had to deal with a zombie apocalypse?
Not just survive, though, right?
Right, not just survive.
We're talking using their genius brains to actually, like, tackle the problem.
Yeah, like, how would their unique way of thinking, change things?
That's what I'm interested in.
So, okay, we've got a pretty amazing lineup.
Lay it on me.
Okay, so first, Einstein, obviously physics.
Classic.
Then Marie Curie with all that radiation stuff.
Right, groundbreaking.
Then Nikola Tesla, the electricity guy.
Oh, he's a good time.
Then we could have Elon Musk, shooting for the stars.
And Mars?
And, of course, Mark Zuckerberg, king of connecting people.
Even if they're zombies.
Oh, man, you just gave me a great idea for later.
I can't wait.
But first, let's start with Einstein.
Okay, so everyone imagines him, like scribbling equations on a chalkboard.
Yeah, wild hair and everything.
But could he outrun a zombie?
Well, I mean, he did relativity, right? So, like, maybe he could mess with time or something.
People always jump to that.
Would that actually work, though?
I mean, time is relative, but you got to be going like the speed of light for it to really matter.
So Einstein's not going to outrun zombies by, like, sprinting really fast.
Not unless he's got some secret superpowers we don't know about.
Okay, so no time travel, but maybe he can outsmart them.
Now you're thinking, remember those thought experiments he was famous for?
Yeah, where he'd, like, imagine crazy stuff to figure out how the universe works.
Exactly. What if he used that same approach with the zombies?
Ooh, okay, I like this.
So, like, think about his work on gravitational lensing.
That's where, like, massive objects bend light, right?
Exactly. What if he could use that to, like, create illusions?
Whoa, you mean like tricking the zombies, making them think things are somewhere they're not?
Exactly. A zombie-confusing light show orchestrated by Einstein.
Okay, that's way more clever than just running away.
See, it's not about superpowers. It's about using what you know in a new way.
Okay, so Einstein's using physics to trick the undead.
I love it.
Now let's talk about Marie Curie.
All right, she'd be in the lab for sure.
Surrounded by those beakers with stuff bubbling in them.
Oh, yeah, she'd be working on a cure.
But wouldn't a radioactive cure have, like, some weird side effects?
Good point.
I'm picturing, like, glowing survivors.
Well, she did suffer from radiation poisoning herself.
Right, from all her research.
So she knew how dangerous it could be.
Okay, so maybe a radioactive cure is not the best plan.
But she was all about understanding those elements,
Not just finding them.
Right, finding ways to actually use them.
So what if instead of a cure, she, like, made a way to detect the virus?
Oh, like before people even turn.
Exactly. That would be huge.
Or maybe she figures out how to sterilize areas, that are contaminated.
Make them safe again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even without a cure, her knowledge could save lives.
It's all about using what you know in a practical way.
Exactly. And that brings us to Nikola Tesla.
Mr. Electricity himself.
I bet you're picturing him zapping zombies left and right.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like a whole defense system made of Tesla coils.
Blasting those zombies.
That's the dream.
It's a cool image for sure.
But Tesla was more than just, like, raw power.
He was obsessed with making things efficient,
Like getting the most out of energy.
Right, harnessing it perfectly.
So what would that look like in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, remember, he was fascinated by resonance.
Things vibrating at, like, specific frequencies.
Exactly. What if there's a frequency that, like, messes with zombie brains?
Whoa, so instead of zapping them, he's, like, scrambling their signal.
Exactly. It's about understanding the enemy, finding their weakness.
That's so much smarter than just blasting them.
Tesla was all about that kind of precision.
Okay, so we've got Tesla defending us with his awesome electricity stuff.
Sounds pretty safe to me.
But what about those of us who want to just get as far away from the zombies as possible?
Oh, well, then we gotta talk about Elon Musk.
Our resident space enthusiast.
He'd be all over this.
On Mars.
Ditch this zombie planet and start fresh.
It's the ultimate escape plan.
I bet he'd see the whole apocalypse as like a reason to speed up his Mars plans.
But building a whole colony on another planet, that's got to be hard, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Even with all his money and smarts.
And what happens when the wifeys goes down on Mars?
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters probably wouldn't be too helpful there.
Not for Martian internet, at least.
But, okay, so it's not just about getting to Mars. It's about Musk's whole mindset.
That relentless drive to innovate.
To solve any problem, no matter how crazy.
Because even on Mars, there'll be new problems.
And Musk would be like, challenge accepted.
Exactly. He thrives on that stuff.
Okay, so we've got Einstein, Curie's, Tesla, Musk all doing their thing.
Quite the team.
But we're missing one last genius.
Mark Zuckerberg.
This one's a little tricky.
He's all about connecting people, right?
Yeah, but in a zombie apocalypse, that could be good or bad.
True. I mean, if everyone's isolated, they're more vulnerable.
But knowing Zuckerberg, he'd take it to like the next level.
Okay, where are you going with this?
ZombieBook.
Wait, really?
A social network for the undead.
Sounds crazy.
But imagine survivors sharing info about zombies. You know?
It's like where they are, what they're doing.
Exactly, or coordinating to like get supplies.
Even just finding loved ones.
Right. It could be a lifeline.
Okay, I see the potential.
But would he find a way to like make money from it?
Oh, absolutely.
Like ads for brain-flavored energy drinks?
Or those targeted ads based on your zombie survival personality.
Oh, the worst.
But hey, at least we'd be connected.
True. In a crisis, that's super important.
So Zuckerberg, maybe not a traditional hero.
But those online skills could be surprisingly useful.
It's all about adapting to this situation, right?
Yeah, I say.
So we've got Einstein, Curie, Tesla, Musk, Zuckerberg, 5 geniuses, 5 ways to handle the apocalypse.
And who knows, maybe their strengths could save us.
Or maybe it'll just get really interesting.
But now I want to turn things over to you, the listener.
Ooh, good idea.
What about you? If you were suddenly facing zombies, what would you bring to the table?
What's your unique skill?
That's something to think about. We'll be right back to explore that idea a bit more. Okay, so we're back, and we've been talking about how geniuses would handle a zombie apocalypse.
Right. Some pretty wild ideas.
But now I kind of want to shift gears a bit.
Okay. Where are we going?
Let's forget about Einstein and Curie for a minute. Let's talk about you, the listener.
Me.
Yeah, you. What if you were the one facing the zombies?
Yeah. That's a good question.
What could you bring to the table?
Yeah, what's your unique zombie fighting skill?
We all have strengths, right? Things we're good at or passionate about.
And those might not seem important now.
But in a crisis, those skills could be like superpowers.
Okay, so like, what are you really good at?
What do you love doing?
That could be your secret weapon.
So imagine you're like a master gardener.
Okay, I can see it.
Suddenly knowing how to grow food is like the most important thing.
You'd be a hero.
Turning those empty lots into little farms.
Feeding everyone.
Or maybe you're a history buff. You know how past civilizations handled like pandemics and disasters?
That's actually really useful.
You'd have all this knowledge about surviving and rebuilding.
Like a blueprint from the past.
Or what if you're like a tech whiz?
Okay.
In a world where everything's broken, you could fix stuff.
Get those computers running again.
Restore communication networks. Get the power back on.
You'd be invaluable.
And even those skills that seem less practical could be important.
Like what?
What if you're a musician or an artist?
I don't see how that would help with zombies.
But in a world full of fear and uncertainty,
Yeah.
people need something to lift their spirits.
You're right.
Music, art, stories, they can bring people together.
So create a sense of hope.
Exactly.
Mm.
So never underestimate the power of creativity.
So basically any skill can be useful.
It's all about how you apply it.
Thinking outside the box?
Like, remember that guy on Survivor who made fire with a coconut?
Oh yeah, that was impressive.
Knowledge is power, even in a zombie apocalypse.
So you don't need to be Einstein to survive.
It's about being resourceful and adaptable.
Using what you have to overcome challenges.
And that's something we can all learn.
We all have those skills inside us somewhere.
Think about the stuff you've already overcome in your life.
The tough times you've been through.
Those made you stronger, more resilient.
You've already got a zombie survival toolkit. You just don't know it yet.
It's about recognizing your strengths and trusting yourself.
Believing that you can handle whatever comes your way.
So the message here is you don't need to be a genius to be a hero.
You just need to be you.
Embrace your skills, your passions, your weird quirks.
They might just save the day.
Man, we've covered some serious ground today.
I know, right? From Einstein's light tricks to Zuckerberg's ZombieBook, it's been wild.
And you know what I think the coolest part is?
What's that?
We always think of geniuses as like these super special people.
Right. Like they're different from us somehow.
But they're not. They're just people who use their brains to solve problems.
Exactly. They face challenges just like we do.
And they had to get creative to overcome them.
And that's something we can all do.
So yeah, the zombie apocalypse is fun to think about.
For sure.
But the real lesson here is way bigger.
It's about how we face any challenge in life.
Whether it's a pandemic or like just everyday problems.
We all need to be able to adapt and think outside the box.
So don't underestimate yourself.
You have more potential than you realize.
Embrace your curiosity. Keep learning. Never stop asking questions.
You never know what weird skill might come in handy.
And hey, even if the world doesn't end in a zombie apocalypse,
At least we'll be ready, right?
And if nothing else, we can always laugh about it.
A little humor goes a long way.
That's it for our deep dive into the genius zombie survival guide.
Hope you have fun.
Remember, stay curious, stay resilient, and
Don't get bitten.
see you next time.